Hello and welcome to my channel, Kiwi Foreigner in the Philippines. Now, since I've found myself what you would call a medium class subdivision in the Philippines. This is in Lapu-Lapu, which is part of Cebu city, and I'm just going to go for a little walk to show you what a middle class subdivision looks like over here, and what sort of room you get, what sort of houses you get, just a general idea of what is available, and a little price range for you as well. A lot of these houses are bought as a house and lot from the beginning, and they're all built basically as like a jigsaw puzzle, or puzzle put together, as you will. And it takes a little while for them to be put together, but there are always new subdivisions coming up, and the prices actually do vary a little bit, but after a while these houses can be worth a bit more, because you buy basically a house shell. By a shell, I mean there's a lot of convenient things that you're used to back home that you won't get in these houses when you first buy them. Okay, a lot of people have to do a lot of renovating to improve their comfort level. By comfort level, you could be talking about the water. A lot of the water supply in the city, which is what this subdivision has got. It's got the local water supply from the city, which means it's piped in, which is not the best pressure that you can get in the world. It's actually very unreliable, which is just part of the way it is here, because there's so many people, you know, the water has got to stretch. So a lot of people would not put up with that for too much time. So then you have the option of getting a outside water storage tank, which I can tell you more about that a bit later, and the costs on another video. So yes, you can see on this subdivision here, there's a fair bit of room on the roads. That's mainly because this subdivision is fully filled up with the occupants now, people living in the houses, and you will find that there's what's called a homeowners committee, and they look after the rules and make new rules. So long as everybody agrees to them, they get implemented. And this particular subdivision has a rule of no roosters allowed, no dogs are allowed walking around freely, must be on a lead. And there's also the cars must be parked inside the house, the lot, not the house, but the lot property, inside the property. So that gives a lot of room for people to walk around, and no chance of an accident. You will also find that a subdivision like this is fully secure. It has security 24/7. It also has like a basketball court and an area where people can play or have parties, things like that. That's a big thing here in the Philippines, if you didn't know already, that they're quite big on karaoke parties, which, you know, it's okay as long as it's not too loud or doesn't interfere. Subdivision like this, I heard there's not too many of those karaoke parties going on, because there's more thought towards the neighbours than what you might get, you know, in areas like the province, where it's pretty much full on. Even though everybody loves a bit of karaoke, you know, constantly is not too widely accepted. But then again, you know, to each their own. I got no problem with karaoke. I even join in myself, after a few beers, that is. But anyway, this is a fairly small subdivision. There are many subdivisions that are actually quite bigger than this, twice the size or even 3 times the size. I think this subdivision here only has something like about 200 odd houses. Yeah, about that. And it's very well looked after. There's little areas for parking if you don't have enough room in your actual lot, in your parking area, which there usually isn't. Okay, this is part 2 of my walk around medium class subdivision in Lapu-Lapu. As I mentioned before, you can see a lot of the houses here are pretty well looked after. The average size for this house and lot range between about 100 square meters to 123-25 square meters. That's about the norm. So you end up with a bit of room to put a small car in, you know. Some even have like a veranda on top, little porch, and a lot of the houses have got little fences going around them just to give them the sense of enclosure, sense of security. So these subdivisions are the medium class, and the kind of price range you're looking at for these at the moment is around 7 mil to 9 mil, somewhere around there. That's what you're going to have to pay for one of these at the moment. And you'll see a lot of people are not at work today, as it's a little bit early. They're still having their breakfast. But I also wanted to mention, since this is only my second video, or third video actually, part 2, to tell you a little bit about myself as well. Now, I did mention quite a bit about myself in the about me, about the actual channel. And it's just something that I've decided to do after being in the Philippines for 8 years. Now, all I'm trying to do here is just to give a little bit back to the community, especially you guys overseas wanting to know a little bit more about the Philippines, maybe my insight into a few things, and I can help you out with little bits that I know. There's a lot of other guys out here doing YouTube videos as well, so kudos to them. So yeah, as you can see a little bit more about myself as I go along in this channel, as it's only my third video. But anyway, a little bit about me. Came over here 2013, met my wife in 2010, and got married in 2012. We've got a lovely little daughter now. She's about 7, loving every minute of it. And we've set up camp here in Lapu-Lapu at a different subdivision, kind of like this one. This one here, I noticed, it's got a few houses for sale, and going at the prices, they're up somewhere near the price of a brand new house, mainly because I think these houses have already got all the necessary comforts that you need in them. You see, as I mentioned before, when you buy one of these houses, house and lot, brand new, it doesn't come with much. So, you know, you have to make sure that when you do buy it, you know what you're getting. That's the whole thing. And when you do sell, there's such a thing as capital gains tax as well. There's a lot of countries that have that. There's a lot that don't. But they definitely have it here, that's for sure. Yeah. So, all right, thanks for viewing. Appreciate it. As this is a very new channel, I'd really appreciate you guys viewing and subscribing and liking these videos for me. And I'll do as many as I can just to get on the YouTube side of things, get it all up and running. All right. Thank you very much. I'll catch you all later. Bye-bye.